everyone. Welcome to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. I'm your host, Ms. Black Diamond, along with my chocolate co-host.
Hi, I'm Rashad Perry, and this is Straight For You.
You giving real names?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought we swap it up for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I thought we switch it up.
So I should switch it up on the little...
I mean, you know, either
you giving
or.
government names.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, because I think I would come in like, you know, like a news report or something like that. This is Rashad Perry, and this is Straight For You.
Well, you know it is what it
straightforward
is.
Dialogue.
Hey, with an open mind.
With an open mind.
Yes.
Tune in.
Oh, I love it. Yes. You better give it to him. You better give it to him, news reporter. Shoot, claim it and take it. But at the end of the day, how's everything with you? Trouble, or should I say Rashad Perry?
Oh, well, Rashad Perry says, no, the week hadn't been bad. It's been a lot of work going on. Like I'll just say shouts out to people who work 6 days a week because look, I don't want to be built for that, and I've had to be built for that, and it just
you don't want to be built for it. Tough.
I don't want to be built. I don't want to be built for that because that 6 days a week, like I'm a real big firm believer in like having personal time. So like shouts out to y'all because like
for
that
real. Because child, I know about that life. Imagine having 2 jobs within the same week, working 6 weeks. 6 days out of the week.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do
that. The struggle is real, and sometimes you have to be even realer with it.
This is true. I just, after the last 2 weeks, I'm like, sheesh, you know. But anyway, but on the opposite side of that same coin, I'm grateful, you know, to be able to like to have somewhere to, you know, where
to go to work and make some funds to take care of your household and do what you need to do. I get it and I respect it. And at the end of the day, anything else popping up in there other than that work experience?
No, not at the current moment. Look, it's really just work at home. It's work at home.
Child, I'm right along with you because I've just been going to work, coming home, taking care of what I need to take care of. That meaning myself. I've been working it out. Hey, building me a schedule.
Y'all can't tell us nothing now.
I'm gonna be out there like flex. But at the end of the day, I told y'all from the beginning of the year what I'm about to do. I'm coming in hard. I'm having them
titties out.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have all that. Let me have the tassels on like.
Where's this gonna be happening? At? Like where?
I ain't gonna tell you because you're not gonna come. That's the problem. If I tell you you're not gonna come, so no, you think you slick. You try to play me in front of these folks. Because that's why if I tell him, y'all, he not gonna come. So he tried it. But anyway, let's go on into this topic. Y'all asked for it. This is part 2 of black women dating outside their race. So the people wanted it, yo.
I don't like y'all. I don't like that y'all like y'all just chose violence. I don't even like y'all so much so that we needed a part 2.
Yes, they wanted a part 2. See how they did you?
Nah, that was awful. Shame on y'all. It's real fucked up.
So like what I always do, how you feel on this? Even though we already chimed on this,
look,
let's get into it.
So look, I've just really only seen things on TV and kind of through social media.
I respect that.
And you know, like I don't. When I see certain shit like that, I'm just kind of like, do I even want to like put forth the energy to respond? You know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, I think you even talked about this like last week that like we all more or less kind of going through the same shit. So like what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, and I feel you on that because again, I understand due to my job, I've been in different types of households and saw all types of certain things that you shouldn't see. But at the end of the day, my stance on it is every household, every culture I've been a part of due to my job, they all are going through the same bull. You know, at the end of the day, they all going through the same experiences, the same heartaches, the same pain, the same love, the same inspirations. The only difference is it's color. You know, so why does it really matter per se who you date as far as outside your race? My stance again, like I said on episode 12, is how that particular race treats the other race, or the race that you're part of treat their own race like crap because you dating outside your race.
So I think I want to say that, kind of just looking at the grand scheme of things, like if we strictly relating it to like black women dating outside their race, I think a lot of that has to do with insecurity.
Me and you.
I think a lot of that, honestly, if I'm thinking about it properly, as like insecurity, but just as well, you wasn't gonna treat the individual right. So like, what's the problem?
Thank you. Me and you are on the same wave when it comes to that, because at the end of the day, if you're okay with the fellas doing it, why are you not okay with a black woman doing it? You know, why is it like kudos, badge of honor for a black man to date different types of race, but when that black woman says, you know what, you're not doing right by me, like you stated, you're not doing right by me, you're not respecting me, you're not loving me like I deserve to be loved, so let me go with this person that is demonstrating that, and they might not be the same color as me. So what is the problem?
I think, if I'm again strictly speaking on the black man perspective, if there is a situation like that to where there's a gentleman who is not happy with a black woman dating outside the race, like, and I guess my question to him would be, what did you contribute, or like what makes you feel this way? That would be my question to him. Like, why do you feel a ways about this? But if they are the individual that also talks down on black women, like, what is the issue here? Because that sounds like that sounds like some sort of possibly
deep-rooted.
Something deep rooted, possibly toxic, or probably some sort of mental trauma or something of the sort.
Yeah, because majority of those guys are like really putting all women of that within the black culture like that. Like, they don't like black women at all. They say in a sense that we're too loud, we too aggressive, we too this, we too that, and we're not, in a sense, catering and I guess submissive enough for them. But
that's not true.
And
that's not true, and not even so much that, like, I don't necessarily know what this said individual or said individuals are looking at, but there are like good examples of what black women are. There are several. I know, albeit I'm aware that, like, I feel like we don't get a fair shake at being able to display those positive characteristics versus the negative ones.
Why is that?
Well, because I mean, like, if you look on TV, like a lot, like Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, Lord,
that,
yes,
like,
yes.
It's a whole bunch of, like, it's a whole bunch.
Say what you gotta say.
Well, no. I'm trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
Well, not even necessarily.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find the proper wording. So bear with me. I apologize. But it's a whole bunch of, like, it's ratchet.
Yeah,
like,
the hood.
Because and it's not even say it's just like we're exposed on that level of, like, we're exposed, and, like, the things that they say that we are, or whatever, we show that on that show or whatever. So
you feel like it's too many examples of negativity?
Yeah, for black women to get a fair shake.
And I respect that, because, like you stated, it's more so of, like, the ratchet, the loud, the disrespectful, the misunderstanding, the ones that supposedly have all these kids with different baby daddies and stuff like that. And you got people that have similar scenarios and still taking care of their business.
Right.
You got the women that's actually putting in the work, not just at home, but outside, and representing the men on a higher stance. You have all these different scenarios of goodness.
But those are the things that are very rarely ever highlighted.
And that's true. Why?
And I think the reason why is because, like, I feel like as a society, we've kind of become more prone to be attracted to negativity versus positivity. So, you know how anything that, like, a celebrity does that's negative, that shit gets blown the fuck up. But the moment they do something good or whatever, like, you might hear about it, but it's not like
impactful.
It's not like that drama shit that you get. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
We are a world full of drama.
Yeah, so going back to the topic and so on and so forth for black women dating, like, I feel like black women don't get a fair shake because a lot of the things that you see in social media and stuff like that is of the negative characteristics, and it's not, and not even so much that, because shit, all of us got that bad grass.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? All of us have that bad grass, but ours just has a tendency to get highlighted more, and so
Well, I have a question. As far as like the black woman dating outside her race, is it because maybe the black man takes offense due to the fact of she looks extra happy with the person she's with versus with them? I'm just asking.
I mean, that's I think that's a good possibility. I think so if I'm able to, or if I was able to put myself in the shoes of someone who spoke negatively of black women and also possibly felt that insecurity, I think I would feel the ways if I saw a black woman happy with a white man versus like, oh, she won't put up with my shit, but
what if because maybe like, in a sense, I'm trying to play devil's advocate. When a black man gets with another race and they're giving them, in a sense, less attitude, less drama, less this, that, and the other, maybe she's receiving that same aspect from the other culture. She's not being talked about and derided on her looks, on how her stance. Maybe that person likes her spice, loves the fact that she goes hard for her man,
right?
Loves the fact she goes hard for herself as well as her kids. Not wanting to pretty much take no shit from nobody.
Right.
He might respect that and love that.
Mm-hmm.
Why the black man, I'm sorry, y'all make it look like y'all weak towards that. Like y'all can't handle certain types of conversation coming your way without being offended, but is quick to say some slick shit to the woman. And want you to take it and be okay with it. Oh, you just all emotional. We all have emotions. Let's not get it twisted. We all have emotions. We all feel it. The only thing is men are kind of taught to kind of hide it a little bit compared to women.
True. This is
so
true.
Maybe that's why we are more so vocal on what our stance is and what we want. And also, you got to look at how history has formulated who we are today.
True.
And that's not fair that we are getting all this backlash for something that was formulated within us to be this type of woman, because of so much trauma that we had to endure as well as see.
Oof.
So, but my thing, going back on the topic, like I said on episode 12, my main issue when it comes to people dating outside their race is letting that particular race talk crazy about the women. Like saying, I have to say, like a black man going outside his race, and that's fine.
Right.
But when you let that woman that you with talk crazy about the women that is in your race, and you alongside her talking, that's when I have a problem. So
I think with that, to me, it sounds like that if there is a scenario such as that exists where there's a black man, dating a white woman, and he's allowing her to talk bad about black women, he probably don't like himself, or he probably don't think he black.
Yes, and I agree with that. It makes me feel like you don't like yourself. You don't like your own color for somebody to. I know you've seen videos of another, most so like you said, a white woman going in on what a black woman don't have compared to what she has, and the stance of you can't even take care of your black man like I can, and I'm like, what? So, I've seen scenarios to where I want to say I've seen scenarios on on both sides, the good and on the bad. Like I love the good, but we highlighting these bad points. One of the bads was the woman because like it was it was a white woman, and she's like, oh, because she's like, oh, I have a black husband, I have mixed kids, like, and I'm like, does that make you feel like you're extending some sort of privilege or something like that, or like you doing us a favor or something of the sort? Why even say it? Right, exactly. So like I said, it put me in the headspace to where I was like, are you expecting like a handout or something, like some sort of extended or special privilege, because, or like you say it as if you helping us out? And why the black man didn't even acknowledge that? Because he wasn't there. My thing was, I would have an issue with, say for instance, if I was with a white man, Mexican man, whoever, and they started talking crazy about you guys, I'd be like, wait a minute. You know, I understand that all black men aren't perfect.
Right.
But you're not gonna down all black men.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know that it's a certain percentage that are fugazi and raggedy, but not all. So don't come like that, because I don't expect your side to come crazy about me.
Right.
You know, that's when I say the I guess the fear for me is the lack of protection.
Oh, I see.
Because
okay.
like I said on 12, the lack of protection, the lack of understanding, because I'm not going to let you talk crazy about my race. We might highlight some things.
Right.
But you're not going to go full circle with it.
Right.
Because you don't have every right, just like I don't have every right to talk about your people.
Right.
To a certain degree. You know.
To a certain degree. What's that certain degree? What's that certain degree?
The ones that did, you know, go with the slavery
the ancestors,
and things of that nature. That's when we tap into those things. But other than that, going to the current, you're not gonna downplay my people. Because don't make me go in on your people. You know, because again, at the end of the day, everybody got something. You know, and again, that's the level of protection. If I'm loving you and I'm representing you, and despite your color, don't be talking about my people like that.
Do you have any like personal scenarios?
Well, personally, like I said, I never dated outside my race because of the fear that I had. But my current situation that I hate to say it, is looking like I might be peeping. Because again, my people, men wise, on some other stuff. I mean, what you say to me, boo? You gonna make me put my pinky toe in the water? You gonna make me put my pinky toe?
Look, you do what you gotta do.
At the end of the day, but I still got this thing.
I'm pretty sure Jimmy is not gonna let you walk around with tassels on and whatnot. Jimmy or Bobby.
But
Yeah.
If he loving me right and love me the way that
Steven.
I need.
Steven is not gonna let you walk out the house with just some tassels on.
Well,
let me tell you, Steven, Stewart.
Well, that's why I got to do it before then. That's why I got to do it.
Have all the seats.
Do it before then.
I'm gonna tell you, Stewart, Steven, come get her.
Come get your woman. Come get your woman, Steve. But at the end of the day, I it's making me lean more towards that. Because the lack of what I'm receiving with my own people.
So I want to ask this question, like, one of the things that kind of irks me is when people be on social media and be like, I think I'm gonna like date outside my race. Like, if you really gonna do it, like, don't talk about it, be about it. Like, is there any particular reason why people do that?
I don't know, because you don't hear me saying it because you asked me the question. That's me responding to your question, but you don't see me on social media like, fuck these men, and especially in my race, fuck them because they ain't doing this, that, and the other, and I'm about to date outside my. I don't understand that. If you, like you stated, if you about that life, go ahead and be about that life. Test them waters and see how it go for you.
Right. So with that, I think the other thing that I kind of want to either point out, and maybe if it's a question, then so be it. But the other part of me, like, I always ask the question, like, people who do date, like, outside the race, or make that announcement and so on and so forth, like, is the grass greener? I
don't think the grass is greener. I think it's
just
more
a different
so
type of.
No, I kind of feel like they trying to warn. You know how you warn somebody? Like, if you keep doing this to me, I'm gonna leave you. If you keep doing this to me, I'm gonna leave you. Maybe it's a little warning, like, yo, if y'all don't want me, y'all making me move towards this direction. That's why that's my take from it. Like, hey, maybe I could be wrong. That's why I asked y'all to leave comments. And make sure by the way, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the like button. But at the end of the day, I just feel like it's a warning, because I used to have a habit of that, saying something to somebody like, you hurting me,
right?
You doing this to me. Eventually, you're gonna make me want to leave. And some of them be like, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't about to do nothing.
So I don't necessarily even think that the comment is necessary, and I ain't so much that, like, I guess people who say that, like, do you think that you're not gonna run into any problems like dating outside your race? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but that's facts.
Everybody has bad grass. It ain't just like no
Trust.
one said everybody has bad grass. So like, are you just like expecting to, if you date outside your race, that you're not gonna run into no problems?
Maybe they think that, like, for real. Maybe they think the grass is greener on the other side and don't realize you're gonna have to water that grass.
Yeah, because I mean, different. If you dating outside your race, it's gonna be different. But it's a similar. I'm pretty sure it's a similar struggle because
I think it's similar, but I think also more so of a struggle because you got to deal with both sides and the possibility of both sides not liking y'all. So I think it would be more difficult dating outside your race compared to within your race.
So, kind of going a little further down the rabbit hole and not necessarily related, but also related. Like, there was some sort of clip I saw, and it was talking about mixed children or mixed daughters.
Okay.
And it was talking about depending on which mother is white and which mother is black, will kind of determine how different your experience is growing up. Because if you have a black mother, she's gonna teach you
survival.
Yeah, survival versus if your mother's white, you know, she might teach you from a different she's gonna teach you like
just be free.
From a different exactly,
like a free stance.
Right, yeah. So to the topic, there obviously are some differences as far as, like, you know, just how men view it and how women view it. Not even just necessarily like color debated, but just overall, like I'm pretty sure that there are like multiple perspectives on just the whole, because I mean you're right, because not even so much like, not even just for us or whatever, like whenever like other races, like maybe if you like, I don't know, from somewhere overseas or something like that, and like you like people from like Pakistan, they dating someone like maybe a white person or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's completely different, kind of probably depending on like
culture,
the race, culture, and not even so much that race probably. You know what I'm saying? Because one of my uncles, he married to, you know, a Hispanic woman, and like and I feel like that's a little easier for us to accept because of the, you know, because of
the struggle of it all. They've been through some things compared to other races have, and that's factual. And that what makes me have to think, if I did step outside my race, how relatable are to me? Right. You know, because I have family members that have dated outside their race, because I have a mixed nephew, which is fine. Right. You know, I love him for the life of me, but at the end of the day, you know, again, I don't care about your color. It's how you treat my relative. I don't care about your color.
Come on now.
Treat my people right. That's all. And like I said, if you find yourself not protecting the one I love, it's a problem. Right. You know, and I expect them to feel that way about me as far as my family or my friends. If I decided to date outside my race and you notice that person is not protecting me, I expect you to step up and be like, yo, what's good with this? You know? So, other than just be some hate and jealousy.
Right. Okay, so I noticed that you keep talking about this, and I want to ask you a question based around it. Like, so what would be, I guess, the deciding factor for, like, if for instance, I don't know, just someone not black decided to approach you or whatever, and they showed you that they were willing to protect you, like how, like what would that look like for you? Well, as far as like the protective parts, or something that would make you be like, you know what, I think this might be a good fit. What does that look like?
I don't know. The first is you got to capture my mind and my heart. It's not necessarily my body. If once you get into that, it's once we go out into the world. Once we go out into the world, you still treating me the same as how you treat me inside the house. Okay. There is no difference. Okay. You know, if you grab my ass in the house, you better grab it with pride on the outside. Oh, okay. If you kiss me the way you kiss me inside, you better kiss me with pride on the outside. And whoever's watching, you look at them crazy like, because I'm going to look at them crazy like what? I said that like on the last episode. Don't be afraid to show, if you cool with the affection inside, show that affection on the outside. And if somebody got something to say, we don't always have to address it. But if they get too close to me in my my zone, you better be right there. Like, yo, back up. What you doing?
Oh, okay.
You know,
you better have. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Because I would do that for
same
him.
level of protection about me as I'm gonna have about you.
Don't keep it a secret. Don't keep it a secret and hide it. And that's another thing. That's beyond just the race thing. I have a problem with males that are cool with inside affection, but when you get outside, you want to play these roles of like, you know, I don't fuck with that. You know, why not?
Fellas, she calling y'all out. I ain't look. I don't.
I don't. But I'm saying, why not? You know, and then you get bad when, again, because we on this topic of race. When somebody step out, they will give that. Don't have no fear on showing affection. Not saying you have to slob a person down and grabbing, doing all this extra fugazi shit. But at the end of the day, show some type of like, that's my woman, and she show that's my man.
So, I think like I want to say I feel like it's like two different schools of thought on that, because like I think one of the conflicts is like you have a like. Just phrase it. If you have a white person that try to act black, dating a black woman.
Lord, don't
right? See, you know what I'm saying? See, like,
don't take it to that level.
I mean, but you get where I'm going.
I get
right?
where you going.
You know what I'm saying?
But
right.
I give a card to the people that actually were raised in that environment, and they've been like that since day one.
Right.
But the ones that's trying
that's what I'm saying. The ones that be trying to are like, come on, like you ain't even gotta do all that. You ain't even gotta do all that.
Be your flavor. If your flavor is vanilla, be vanilla.
But the opposite side of that also dictates that like whenever we see a black woman with a white woman, when we see a black woman with like a white guy and he look kind of vanilla, we be kind of like, what the fuck are you thinking? It's so unorthodox. Yeah,
but it's kind of funny, opposites attract. Sometimes opposites attract. Maybe that vanilla kind of brings her down a little bit, and that spice brings him up. I don't know, but let's pinpoint that, because guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It is time for the outside perspective, where we give one male, one female their take on the topic.
Oh shit!
So, and like I always do, which one you want?
Oh God! You know what? What did I do last week? Did I say the word?
Child.
Like go with the man's. Let's go ahead and get this shit out the way.
Cause the male last show, he was spicy, honey.
Man,
both of them.
He was upset.
He was like on a whole different plane with the trophy and all that shit.
And what is it, Kathy Cream Cheese?
Oh, Kathy Cream Cheese for the female. But anyway, our male perspective today is Eddie Johnson.
Okay.
He says, yes, Mr. Johnson. He says, there's no problem for me with it. Love is love. No one should be judged on where their heart leads them. If folks really recognize truth, we're all black based on the real history of man.
Ooh.
Pick up a book and learn the truth. Then you won't be so ready to judge who a person chooses to love. Again, Mr. Johnson says there's no problem for me with it. Love is love. No one should be judged on where their hearts leads them. If folks really recognize truth, we're all black based on the real history of man. Pick up a book and learn the truth. Then you won't be so ready to judge who a person chooses to love. That's what Mr. Johnson stated. So, what's your thoughts on what Mr. Johnson said?
I mean, it sounds like he's saying y'all need to mind y'all damn business and let people do what the fuck they're gonna do. That's what it sounds like he's saying.
And at the end of the day, he has a great stance on that.
Right.
But in reality, we not in a world that minds their business.
Not even so much that, and I think, including myself, like if people are so self-conscious about like skin, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, because like we all on the inside, like we all got the same
just about the same organs,
right? See what you did there.
Well, medical wise, just about the same, because some people are born different a little bit,
right?
But anyway,
but to your point, I say all of that to say that, like, because it's really all the same on the inside. Like, if people were a lot less self-conscious, that would probably be more like mixed. There would probably be more like people dating outside their race.
You know what's kind of funny? If this world, everybody was blind, they'll still find a problem. Oh, that person's voice sounds like this.
the level of shallowness would be completely different.
If everybody was the same color, it'd still be a problem. Oh, it'd be eyes against eyes, eye color.
Oh, you got freckles and you don't.
Yeah. So I think this is just a world.
Oh, in your case, cause you're nasty. You got tassels and I don't.
Just like this, going like this with it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He is right. Love is love. You love who you want. And at the end of the day, if you go back in history, majority of the people were all the same color. We just venture out in different types of parts of the world, which changed our look. So people, like you said, he pretty much saying, mind your goddamn business.
Mind your business.
And, and move forward.
Drink your water and
but
mind your business.
In reality, again, we living in a world that don't mind their business. They try to imitate, they try to duplicate, they try to do all these things to better up another person, or
everybody got opinions about it.
And it's okay because we are opinionated world, but at the end of the day, we still gonna have to come with a solution to unify certain things in our world.
Sometimes just get the fuck out the way and shut up.
Yes, and I agree with that. If it
ain't the 3 F's, forget the 3 F's: feeding, fucking, and financing you. Yeah, mind your business.
Not the reproduction.
Yeah, the 3 F's.
Hey.
3 F's.
So right now, since we went through the male perspective, we're gonna go ahead and do our Straight For You highlights to our sponsor. So we're gonna take a break, and we'll see y'all in a minute.
Tune in after these messages.
Everyone, welcome back to Straight For You, where we're giving you straightforward dialogue with an open mind. Welcome to the second half of the show, episode 13, where we're talking about dating, black women dating outside their race, honey. Black women dating outside their race. And we got into it on the first half. We even got the male perspective with Mr. Eddie Johnson.
Okay, so we're doing it. Okay.
So yes, moving forward. So what else you want to talk about as far as this?
Just for me to give my personal opinion, I guess I don't have a problem with it.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna look. Okay. I'm gonna look and probably
why do we look?
Because it's different. Because you know what I'm saying. Like it's still different. It's still different. You know what I'm saying. You probably okay. Like
I glance.
Yeah, you do a little glance. Like hey, glance. Hey,
But have you glanced and had a situation where I'm just glancing, just like, oh, okay, and I move on, but then they look at you like.
No, I will say I have glanced, and it was because like they were so mismatched, you just kind of look at you like.
You are right, because I have seen those that did not look like a match.
And so like either like sometimes the conclusion be like. Somebody using somebody in this particular situation, and it might not even be the case, but we just be kind of like trying to fill in the gaps ourselves. You know what I'm saying? With like
seen
our own imaginations.
It's on social media. I think it on I want to say Instagram, about that black man with that older white woman. She's old.
No, I hadn't seen anything on it.
And she's frail and looking like.
Oh, okay. So
you know what I'm talking about.
The assumption might be, he tried to get that. So in particular cases like that, that's what I'm saying. Like every so often, like whenever you do the glance, you be kind of like that look a little sketchy, and it might not even. It could be genuine. You know what I'm saying? But because we're on the outside looking at it.
Well, because in that situation, he black and she's white, but she's a older woman. And he's young, so it's a double-edged sword. Like, are you trying to get to Social Security or life insurance? And you know, and I'm not saying that they might not be truly in love.
Right.
You know, he might like that type of flavor. You know, that
type of
geriatric flavor. You know, he might, cause she seems up there.
So you say
I'm just saying.
All right.
You know, but you got some older people that still look good, hold it down.
Yeah,
you know,
this is true.
Can put some of these younger people to shame, honey. But then you got those ones like
like any minute they could any minute
like,
they could kill over.
What's really going on?
You're not long for this world.
No, because my thing is like if you hit a one good time in the wrong type of way, you might pop a hip. I'm just saying, like, wait a minute.
What you mean when you say hit?
You know, you know.
Oh,
when
you
I say
mean
hit,
you mean
you know, hit it the wrong way, hit the wrong angle.
You know what?
You gonna pop a hip.
You know what? I'm gonna go.
I'm just saying, because looking at that, if I show you that video, if I can, whenever I come across it, I'm gonna send it to you. Okay. And you're gonna be like, really? Like, really?
Like, so to going back to the original point, every so often, I have those ones where I just kind of like, and then I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. Going back to the 3 F's, it ain't, you know.
I've done it too. So I've looked at, you know, some people in their relationships and it didn't seem quite right, but.
And to that point, there also has been a situation too, to where like I felt a ways about it whenever I seen it, because I was like. Well, so this particular individual, like I had a personal investment in.
Okay. Memories.
Yeah, like I had to catch myself because I almost said a name, but
no,
like,
don't do that.
and I'm not like sad to say, like we're not even like friends anymore or whatever.
Okay.
But like at one point in time, like, oh my gosh, she was so gorgeous, and then like she married a white guy, and I was just kind of like,
oh,
you know what I mean? I was kind of like. I was kind of like, bitch, but did you have to? I was like, anybody else could have, but did you have to? Like, you like, I could have been fine with seeing you with like anybody else, but you know, but you gotta respect how you feel. Right. That's how you felt. You know, I ain't gonna lie, because when I see some nice looking guys, I felt it's how I feel still. Well, I'm just saying, when I see some nice looking guys, black guys, with not so nice looking other side, I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, like, like you could do. I could be that person for you. But hey. Never mind. I was for the jump off. That'd be like, that's almost sounds similar to like, you know, some women say about like some of these gay men that are very, very attractive. I know what I'm saying. I say that. I say, because there are some nice looking gay men out there, and I'd be like, well, damn. Well, you know, I'm just speaking the truth. I don't think you say this particular statement that they say. What? Do you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. The fact that you sucked your teeth like that was like, try me, bitch. Like, he was like, I'm just saying, like, that's a whole nother topic for another day, but at the end of the day, you are correct. I do see people that date the same gender, meaning men, and I'm like, you are so fine. What's going on? Right. So you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, we do that glance not just for that, you know, not just for that particular reason, but for the reasons we just become like. And they look like they packing too. So that's another time. But anyway, go ahead. I'm tired of you. I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying? So like in situations like that, like, you know, we do the glance. It ain't just strictly tied down to like, you know, two different people being together or whatever. But like we do it for like multiple reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because like I done seen a lot of stuff, and I was like, what the. Yeah, like why? Like, but anyway. Yeah. So going back to the moral of the story, like I've been on. I want to say I've been on a few of the spectrums, especially about feeling the way, and it was strictly just, I want to say, directed towards her, but. So I can say that I've experienced that, but right, it just had everything to do with her. But like in other cases, I just become, you know, I see it and I be like, oh, okay, good for them. And yeah, that's the ones that you know, they look how they look, but when you see the super fine with I'm like, really, like be like, you know, something like either she know how to like snatch a soul, or like, you know, she got to snatch a soul. She snatched him, but anyway. Bow, like I did it, or better yet, he might have.
You know, because you got some.
But I mean, I feel like, you know, in that particular case, if you're attractive, like, you don't have to work that hard. As far, but anyway,
but they did something to get the bag.
Clearly, yeah, I don't know.
Moving forward, let's move to the female perspective. And guess who the female perspective is?
Who's that?
It's Miss Lauren.
Oh, Elba.
Yep.
Okay, come on now.
Yes. So Miss Lauren said, and I had to cut it a little bit short, Miss Lauren. You know how. But anyway, Miss Lauren said, I rarely see black man and a white woman together for love. All starts as a benefit. No real accountability, mother syndrome, sexual fetishes, and etc. Because she had a whole list. And let me not leave out, they talk about your weakness to their family and friends, white. And this a benefit even on both sides. I could elaborate, but I would be a lot to unfold. So Miss Lauren said, I rarely see black man and a black woman together for love.
Come on now.
It all starts as a benefit. No real accountability, mother syndrome, sexual fetishes, etc. And let me not leave out, they talk about your weaknesses to their family and friends, meaning the white folks. And this is a benefit even on both sides. I could elaborate, but it would be a lot to unfold. So pretty much, Miss, well, let me see what you got to say.
No, go ahead. While you in momentum, go ahead.
Well, pretty much Miss Lauren saying, you know, it's not a benefit. You know, that it's not a love, not really a benefit. It's not a love situation. It's all benefits. And majority of the time when you are connected to that other race, behind closed doors, they talking about you. You know, with their family members.
That's not a safe feeling, huh? That's not a safe or comfortable feeling if that is the case. But anyway, go ahead.
And I kind of know someone that has experienced that, that's close to me, that, you know, that's the reason why they broke up, because the family members were having sidebar conversation about their relationship and the other person wasn't really standing up for them. And that's what I talked about as far as the fear and the lack of protection.
So I want to highlight something real quick. Like, even if you wouldn't even to tell me that they were different races, just for you to tell me that just for you to tell me that story, that sounds like any other damn relationship.
And it's true.
And I say that in the sense of, like, going back to your point of the question that you asked at the very beginning, like, why does it matter?
And it's right. Every race has similarities. Every race talk about each other. You can, like, say, for instance, you can get with a woman and within your race, and they family members talking about you like a dog under the ground, baby. But under the ground, baby. But at the end of the day, it hits different when you hear another race talking about you.
This is true.
That's all. It hits different.
It's
similarity, but it hits different because, like, especially when it comes to white people, you know, talking bad and crazy about black folks due to the previous history of slavery and everything else in life. That's why the knife is still a knife, but it cuts deeper. You know, you still is affected by the knife. Say, for instance, you with your lady, she black, and her folks talking crazy about you and talking about you ain't doing this and that for her to say. Or better yet, your family's talking about your woman that you with, that she lazy, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Yeah, you listening to it. Yeah, you affected by it. But what if she was white? Or what if she was Mexican and you hear about her family talking about you and calling you all types of out your ways name?
To that, I want to ask a question. Like, I wonder, is that like something that you will forever have, like, in the back of your mind, like, you know, regardless of how comfortable you may feel with that individual, and, you know, even if you know you they outside your race and y'all got married, I wonder, is that for, like, those couples, like, do they still have that, like, in the back of their mind about, like, you know, because of that present barrier, like, what is it that I don't know? You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, like, who might be talking about me behind my back just because of, you know, strictly based off of my race. I wonder, is that something that still sits in the back of, like, people who date outside the race's mind, regardless of after even being established?
I believe so, because that will be in the back of my mind until I experience it with your family. Until I come to your actual family house, and they might not do it like
in front of me, right?
But all walls ain't thick. So I could be in the living room and I hear and all that bullshit.
Okay.
But if I don't hear you say something, oh yeah, that's gonna hit in the back of my mind that you maybe secretly feeling the same way they feeling, or better yet, you don't want to challenge them due to the fact of them being your family members. So that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna make me feel like if the real shit if you can't even tell your family to stop that shit,
right?
What you gonna do on the outside? What you gonna do amongst the people that don't know us like that? You can't even step up to the people that know you. So that's an issue. Because especially if I want to create life with you, they ain't going to just be talking about us. They're going to be talking about our children. And I don't play by mine. So, do you feel what I'm coming from?
I get what you're saying. So, like, from what, I guess one of the things that I'm kind of, like, getting out of this, and it's probably not even necessarily that direction, but it don't even necessarily sound like it's so much about the race, more so just about the overall protection.
Respect.
Yeah, the respect and the protection.
The respect of it all. It just hits different because it's a different culture.
Right.
It ain't about the scenario of a man and a woman or partnership.
A different struggle, but still being able to be accountable in a different struggle.
Yes, it's just the simple fact of you're not looking out for me, and I bet you expect me to look out for you.
Okay, so
correct my family, but the only reason why we tapping, because really it's a man and a woman or a partner, because people date they same gender, so it's really about that respect and understanding. Like, do you really have my back? Whether it's on the besides us being in our own home, do you have my back on the outside? Even with your own core family, do you still have my back? Because like you stated earlier, you can still be in the same race and those people talk crazy about your significant other, and what you doing just, well, they gonna be like, wait a minute.
Right.
At the end of the day, wait a minute. Either you with me or you with them. Not saying no tit for tat, but who you fucking?
So it don't even sound like you have a problem with it. You just want to like you said, you just want to make sure. So you open to a Justin Timberlake or a Justin Timberlake or something like that?
If he sound good like that, but I ain't finna lie, I'm still on the edge on that. I probably have to see some features similar to what I'm used to seeing from the black man, So I'm just saying. I still have my hesitance on that direction.
I missed that last.
You heard what I said. You heard what I said because you was available for it. But I'm just saying.
It took me a look.
What about yourself?
What's the question?
Would you go ahead and date outside your race and things of that nature?
So, like I mentioned previously, I have, but at the current moment, I don't. I think I'm okay. So
what makes you okay?
And I'm not even, and it ain't necessarily just shade. It's just because I feel like there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot. There's a lot of options out there.
Options like women in general,
I'm talking about like men, like what they say, men are outnumbered like 2 to 1 or something like that. And not even so much that. So man, come on now. There are a lot of single black women that are available and stuff like that. So,
really want to have a strong relationship and bond, but you're gonna have to. Some women you have to peel through those layers like men. Some women you have to peel through some layers,
right,
in order to get to that soft center of where they want to be,
right.
And some people don't have time or don't want to make time for
they don't want to make time, but I think I'm a real big firm believer that whatever you want, you can get that. So if you want that person that's gonna be considered affectionate and you want her to be black, you can get that.
Yes, thank you.
If you want it to be of other, you can get that.
Yes.
If you do the research, I don't even want to necessarily say research, but if you
take the time,
if you take the time out,
and
step out and experiment and so on and so forth or whatever. I know, not saying women are gorgeous, just overall, but so for me, Black woman,
and that's fine.
Does it.
And I don't understand.
I love that look. I love that natural hair. Them thick lips. Come on now.
This flash.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, that's just fine. That is a perfect stance of what you feel. I just hate it for the people that be like, why you just gotta be just all about them? Because I am them. I am. Why not? Aren't you all about your people?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you proud of your people? And that's another thing. Why can't we be proud of who we are? Why? Because that's another thing that's black females get talked about from head to motherfucking toe. Think about it. But we inspire others to copy. But they exotic. When they copy, they unique. That's just the bee's knees, as they say. But we originators of it. And we get downplayed by all, and including our race.
That's not because they don't want to give credit to where it originally comes from. Because if they start giving credit, then that means that like the shift of power is going to not be in their hands. If they start giving credit to where
I agree.
Yeah, so
and some of our men, I ain't saying all our men, all black men, but some of our men don't give us credit. What's up with that? As far as that. But that's we. I was gonna say
look, you asking the wrong person because like I've never been in that boat, and not even so much that I don't even think that I would be around. I wouldn't, even if I wouldn't be around, I probably wouldn't listen to a person that was on that anyway. Like I probably wouldn't even listen to them. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, that ain't even my experience. It has not been my experience. But thank you.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, because just. Again, if you love what you love, we down for it.
Just let it be that. But you don't have to do all the extra shit.
Thank you. Don't come crazy at the whole black female race. Like the whole, the whole circle.
I be thinking people have a tendency to not necessarily want to make shit personal. You know what I'm saying? And talk about, because you know if you talk about somebody else, you also have to talk about what you did as well.
Yes. I think we discussed that on a previous episode. And
we did.
I stated when you're pointing at somebody, you got to kind of point at yourself a certain percentage, because at the end of the day, you didn't have to walk into that door. You chose to.
Come on now.
So moving forward, I think this topic is finally put to rest for now.
You think so?
Yes, because we had a part 2, honey. This is part 2. Maybe if we do another part, it'll be later on in the year. But right now, we finna bed this. Between the black females dating outside their race.
Get a Stewart or a Stephen on the show.
You know, just to see like, so Caucasian man, why?
Yeah.
Or Hispanic man, or Asian man. What is that?
Yeah.
What's up with that? What you feel?
Get them all on the show.
You know, but that's later on. Right now, we establishing our foundation between us. So moving forward,
what you got?
You know, it's that time where I give you the straight for you positive quotes, because we can't end it on a bad note, okay? So our positive quote for today is another anonymous, and it says,
okay,
always be authentic. No one is you, and that's your superpower. Just by being yourself, you make so many people's lives better. People need what you have to offer. Your smile, a listening ear, a kind word, your attention, and never forget what you bring to this world. Again, it says, always be authentic. No one is you, and that's your superpower. Just by being yourself, you make so many people's lives better. People need what you have to offer. Your smile, a listening ear, a kind word, your attention. Never forget what you bring to this world. So that's our positive quote. And let them know where they can find you, sir.
Oh, goodness, y'all. Look, you can find me here every Monday.
Okay.
For starters.
Okay.
Definitely for starters.
Okay.
Everything else, Trouble on there.
Yes, Trouble on air.
They're plain and simple. And if you didn't, you had to go back to the beginning of the episode to get my first name, first and last name if you want to find me on Facebook or whatever.
That's what I'm paying attention.
Yeah, that's what I'm paying attention.
And also too, you can find me on Instagram, which is I'm about to say something else. Ooh, child. You can find me on Instagram under Miss MZ_Black Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Facebook, which is Straight For You Podcast. You can also find me here on Mondays. And you can also make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. And also, please
share, comment, and like.
Share, comment, and like, yes. Make sure you leave some comments because we really want to interact with you guys and have conversation pertaining to the future.
Yeah, we pay attention to the comments.
Yes. We definitely pay attention to the comments. Oh, and also too, I left out TikTok. Hey, you can find me on there under Ms. MZ_Black Diamond, and eventually I'm gonna get a little bit more involved with that. Right now,
with the tassels, you're gonna be on that. You're gonna be on TikTok with the tassels,
like this. But anyway,
so stay tuned. Yeah, so follow her on TikTok so you can see the tassels.
Yes, I'm gonna do it just for you sometime within the year.
For who is you? You talking about you as a them?
You.
No. No.
That's sitting right here. The chocolate one right here.
Nope. I'm not gonna be here for that. I'm just
yes,
going.
he will, because I'm gonna just surprise him with it, because I can't tell him right off the rip. I can't tell you nothing right off the rip. We already established that.
So you just gonna put my business out there like that?
Hey, you put it out there by trying to put. You said what you said. You try to trick me.
Fucked up.
Yes.
You want to get fucked up. You want to get
with the tassel like this.
Yeah.
Yes, but anyway.
Close the goddamn shit.
But yes, thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all on Monday. And take care.
Stay classy.
Yes.